Okay, what we're going to be doing is trimming up the sign so that I can get it down to a single page so that the lacquer thinner does a better job of transferring. And so I've got to work on page by page till we get that there. And I think what I'll do right here, I'll cut this right here. Cut that one right there. And then I'll just cut it off right here. Doesn't matter. And then we'll tape that back down. And just like that, we got a good crisp image. So this is what I'm going to be doing bit by bit. Okay, this is a good image right there, so I'm just going to cut it right there, and if I can find it. That'd be easier to do it like this. Sometimes it's hard to see from one copy to the next, so I think this is going to be good. We shall see in just a second. Yep, that's going to work okay. Okay, don't need that. So now we will tape these two back down. As long as I keep the tape off of the black ink, it doesn't matter where I put the tape, because only the image is what's going to be transferred. So anything black, I want to keep the tape off of. So let's see, both of these are good right here. So I think what I'm going to do, yeah, we'll cut it right here. Okay, yeah, we'll tape this one down a little bit better. Okay. All right, now let's see what we can get underneath there. That all looks good. What's under here? I have a complete J and O. So what I'm going to do is cut it right here. Take it right there. Need to make sure I don't take the black off, because I need that black for the line. Okay, let's just take that off right there. There we go. All right, so all this down here is taken care of. I need to do a little touch up on the tape right there. Let's see. Yeah. That'll work out fine. That'll work out fine. Missing that right there, but we'll get that line straightened out. So that'll work good. Okay. All right, so this is how I'm going to continue getting the rest of this cut away. And this will give you an idea of what more it takes to get the stencil ready. So when I come back, we'll be doing the transfer. All right, I have the stencil taped down from over here, and I'll work down this way to keep a pull tight on the paper. I'm going to use lacquer thinner and a rag, and I've got to get a little tool that I've got right here, and I use this little spatula to press and kind of burnish it in. And you can't hardly see the images right now, at least I don't think. Let me look right quick. Yeah, you can barely see the images on, like on the bee and stuff up here. But when I wet it with the rag of lacquer thinner, you'll be able to see it start coming more visible. Now, what I have to do, and I've already done, because this is a chemical, I have to have the cross ventilation in my shop. So I have the air conditioner off. I have my windows open, and I have my shop door open so that I don't get overcome by the fumes. As you can see, it's coming out right there already. And all I do is I just pull down and just kind of rub it and burnish it onto it. And then what I can do is I can lift up and I can see how well is it transferring, and it's getting me a good transfer. So the trick about using the lacquer thinner is you don't soak the rag, you just get it damp, and you just do a small section at a time. You don't worry about trying to do a big section. You just do a small section at a time and concentrate and work on that one area, and you will have a much better transfer. But now again, this has to be done with an inkjet printer. You cannot do this method if you're using a laser jet or anything like that, because it's got to be an inkjet. I mean laser jet. You can't do it with an inkjet. I back up. It's got to be done with a laser jet printer, because you have to have the toner, not the different colors ink. So as you can see, it's transferring pretty good. So I'll come up here and work on this section and just kind of work my way across. And the beauty of this is, if a section of it doesn't transfer very good, then I just lay the template back down and go back over it with some more lacquer thinner, and you get a better transfer eventually. So you'll get what you need. And I'm going to concentrate on doing all this top line right now. I'll decide to change the plan. I'm going to try to get this all the way across first. Move this over. Again, as you can see, the rag is not soaked. It's just wet. And it doesn't take a whole lot to get it transferred. So a little bit more. Okay. Okay. And the little burnisher that I'm using actually just, all it does is just presses down a little bit harder and gets me a better image transfer. So that's looking pretty good. So I'm going to start right here. On this portion of the F. A little bit more. Okay, I'm gonna move this out of the way and take a quick look and see how it's all transferring. Sometimes the paper wants to stick, and if it does that, then you just soak it with the rag and it'll come back off. So, yep. So what I want to do is I want to touch up here just a little bit more. It was okay. It wasn't perfect, but it transferred just a little bit better. Let's see how it looks now. Oh yeah, that's looking good. Okay, so now we'll continue on. And in just a few minutes, I'm going to pause the camera and step outside for a minute and get some fresh air. Because like I said, this is a chemical that you don't want to let overpower you. So normally I have a respirator on when I'm doing these, but since I'm doing this video, I couldn't speak and you wouldn't be able to hear me with the respirator, so I'm not wearing it for this video. But I'll step out here in just a minute and get another little fresh air. And I'm not feeling any of the effects or anything like that, so you know, it's just precautionary, just so I don't. And when I get this letter done, or these letters done up here at the top, then I'll step out and get some air. So okay, let's see how that's looking. Oh yeah. I'm going to touch up a little bit down here on the bottom of the end, right in here. It was good enough to carve, but it doesn't cost anything to get it done right. All right, I'm going to do the D. One last little soaking. That wouldn't have been good to spill it all on the sign. Okay, and I'm going to take these border lines down to right here. And I'm going to do the same thing over here if I haven't already done them. So I'm going to take those down to that one right there. Okay, so now I'm going to take another look, see how things are looking. Oh yeah, that's looking good. So, okay, this shows you how I'm doing the lacquer thinner transfer. So I'm going to finish the rest of this up off camera. So when I come back, we'll see the whole stencil laid out on the board. And then I may have to do some touch up on some areas. I'll just have to look and see. But then after that, we can get started on the carving. So we're making progress. So I'll see you after I get this transferred. I'm going to go get me some fresh air right now. So I'll be back shortly. Okay, I finished the transfer. The letters and the border did exceptionally well. Those are going to be easy to carve. The black cat, I was worried about it, and it didn't turn out as good as I thought it was going to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sand that off. I'll print out another copy of it, and then I'm going to trace it on carbon paper right to the board. And so I'll have a good transfer that way, and we can get the carving done. So just another minor setback. So won't be doing any sawdust carving today, but tomorrow we'll get started on the carving. So this will be a wrap for Coach Jones video number 4. And I want to thank everybody for following me along this way. If you would, take a moment and hit that like button if you're so inclined. And then if you haven't already done so, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the subscribe button. Also hit that bell icon and select all so you get notified every time I post a video. So thanks a bunch. We'll see y'all in the next one.